guess I wear quite a few hats. My day job is I run my own agency, and then my other two things that I like to do, just to kind of keep me up to date with what's going on. I have a radio show for Lush 99.5. I'm also a contributing editor at Bureau 24/7. So that's the digital portal for anything related to fashion and contemporary culture. So I'm keeping busy. Lifestyle means so many things. It's really being able to do the things I want to do when I want to do them. A lot of it is really about finding balance. I've always loved so many things. Because of that, I'm always being pulled in different directions, and that's part of the challenge is juggling it all, but having fun at the same time. But yeah, I think that's what it's all about, right? Experiencing and living. I think Singapore has a good balance of things. I think we're small, but at the same time, we're still a lot of cosmopolitan cities. There's enough going on. Definitely the efficiency. You just can get more done in a day. I think this entrepreneurial spirit is more than ever. People just want to do their own thing, and it means that we get to enjoy a whole range of restaurants, hotels, social clubs, just different things for people to do. So Lifestyle Advocates to me is really a great showcase of people who are living the lives that they've chosen and living it to their fullest. Priscilla is one of our leading lights in fashion in Singapore. She's really done something unique, and I love how she's brought a lot of tradition and a lot of history and a lot of thought to the work that she does, but made it contemporary and modern, for women like myself. She's very cerebral as well. There's a lot of thought in the work that she does. It's not just about aesthetics, it's not just, this pattern goes well with that. She's really trying to tell a story in every piece that she does. When I use the word lifestyle, what does it conjure up for you? What is lifestyle to you?
I would say things that are really important to me right now are travel. Travel is almost essential in my line of work because I need to source my fabric, my materials, taking care of myself. It could be exercise, it could be going for a massage. Sometimes people say, so what do you do in your free time? And I'll tell them, nothing. I think just sitting down and not doing anything is already a luxury. In such fast-paced times that we think, you have to do something.
If you're not doing something, you feel almost guilty, right?
Oh my God, what? Instagram? What do I do? I need to do something. And I found the need to kind of train myself to put everything aside and just sit down and do nothing.
Chris has always intrigued me. He's really at the forefront of his industry. He's won a lot of awards and whatnot. But he's always so chill. And I think he's one person that he lives and breathes design. So Asylum has a really cool office. It's in a shop house in Geylang. Authentic kind of street scenes, and in a nice kind of quiet neighborhood part of that district. It's a cool working space. So you're a multi-disciplinarian. You run this creative agency, you're the distributor for Fred Perry, you're a wine collector. I'm just wondering, does everything converge, or are they all separate for you? How do you make this work for your lifestyle?
I think funnily everything happened by accident. I mean, my first love obviously is design. When I started the design studio, we were also looking at fashion, and then we started to believe in the brand called Fred Perry. And we brought that brand in and it became a big hit, and then it became a business.
Okay.
So I didn't plan for it to become a business, but it became a business. So everything is kind of, they come together by accident, and it's purely based on whatever passion that I have.
Yeah, that's the dream.
And then today, I think if you look at fashion, if you look at art, if you look at architecture, design, they're all so intertwined. You can't be doing one thing without being informed by the other. So everything is kind of blurred together today, I think.
So is that what lifestyle is to you?
Well, I think lifestyle is kind of, for me, is doing what you love to do. So for me, design is a way of life, and it's become part of my lifestyle.
Yeah.
And everywhere I go, I'll look for a museum, I'll look for a restaurant, a cafe. Everything is kind of really all into one love and one passion that I have. To me, work is no longer work because it's part of my lifestyle as well. So that really inspires me, kind of going to work every day, not having to work, I think.
The other thing about Chris is that he has a secret life. He's really, really into wine. So he brought me to one of his projects where he got to combine his work, which is designing spaces, as well as wine.
Henry and I have been friends for a long time. So when he approached me to do a wine shop, I took a chance to really jump on doing something that's really different. Because a lot of the wine shops you see out there, they're just like lots of shelves with wines. But we wanted a place that people could come and could really enjoy and share, and for him to educate all his consumers about the kind of wines that you bring in, because they're all quite different.
Yeah.
So it's one of those rare opportunities where I get to apply what I do into another passion of mine. And yeah, and I've been very happy with this project.
Gerald is all about looking good and helping people to look good. He's been in the spa business, for quite a long time. He runs a successful mass chain, which is City Spa, and he's got the Spa Club, which is a little bit more luxe. So it's one of the places that I like to pop into now and then when I've had a long day. So one of the good things that Spa Club offers is there's actually a limo service that comes to pick you up from your office, which is very handy because I actually work in the CBD, and brings you back as well. And once you're in there, you can actually choose off an iPad the treatment that you'd like. So yeah, it's kind of it's all full service, and the people are nice. So I'm really interested, how did you end up getting into the spa business?
Since young, my mom always brought me to the spa. It was a family business.
Oh.
Yeah, so my mom started the City Spa family business. When I graduated, it was natural for me to join the business.
So what is lifestyle to you?
For me, in a cosmopolitan environment like Singapore, I would say lifestyle is about wellness, about inner beauty, and obviously about looking good as well.
Yeah. On that note, what would you recommend to me in terms of the treatments or oils?
We have a good selection of treatments, over 90 treatments.
Wow.
But definitely I would recommend to you one of our signature massagers.
Okay. The treatments are good, the therapists are well trained, and it's just a comfortable space. That's a lot about relaxing and the spa experience, right? It's about being able to just chill out. And considering that it's so central and it's kind of in the middle of where all the action's happening, yeah, once you go in there, it's tranquil and it's a good way to chill out. Ann Siang is a very pretty area. It's nice to kind of just walk up and down that street. Just the way every shop house is different, the personality comes through each building. And it's a good spot to eat and people watch, especially on the weekends. Shin runs 2 successful restaurants. We started out the day at Lola, which was the first one, which is about 4 years old now. It's a place that I've gone to on and off over the years.
So this is actually the communal dining space, and the feature that we have here is basically this big table that people share. We started as a supper club, so basically it's for people who don't know each other. They come together to just try different food and everything. So we wanted to keep that element in the restaurant, and so here people make a booking and they sit next to complete strangers, and very often they get to chat. Yes, yeah, and they see what other people are eating. You know, they get very curious. So there's a sort of exchange that takes place.
After Lola, well, we walked over to Lollapalooza, their second outlet, which is at Gyeongsik. And that outlet, you know, is a lot lighter, booth seating. You know, I think it's a little bit more cozy, more for you to have like your own experience rather than just that communal table. I love like being able to see the open kitchen and seeing things coming out straight out of the oven, you know, piping hot, sizzling.
So I mean, one of the things actually with this restaurant is that you have to be fairly adventurous with the food, because we actually serve quite a lot of different things. Yeah, so here's the pork, the American secreto with potato terrine.
Yay, food! I'm just gonna tuck in here.
Okay, go for it. Yeah.
There's so much flavour. And I mean, there isn't really a lot of sauce or...
No, but in fact the whole thing is that, you know, when the meat is very nice, you don't want to sort of drown it with too much of anything else. So we're trying to sort of evoke that sense of a modern farm table where you get a nice ingredient that you sauce for, and then you just prepare it simply so people can actually see the ingredients shine, you know, and that's part of what we do for the food.
I'm just keep eating, you can talk. But,
Well, then I get to eat.
And like as a multi-disciplinary person, I mean, you know, music, food, you know, running a business. I mean, how do they inform each other for you?
Everybody talks about, you know, getting better at doing something, like deepening their knowledge and their passions and their interests, but I'm a big believer in broadening your interests. So a lot about adding value to the things in your life and to the lives of people, in your life, you know, that's important to me.
So the reason I know you're a man of many talents is because I was there that night when you were singing at the Lola Secret Supper.
Yes.
Who sings opera? It's amazing!
No, you'd be surprised, there's actually quite a thriving classical music scene. In fact, that gentleman over there is a surprise for you. He's a guitarist who played for me in that recital that we did.
Yay!
Him, yeah.
Oh, also, you're going to actually perform as well?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's kind of the reason why he's here.
Yay, okay. Shin just continues to like surprise me. Every time I speak to him, I learn something new. You know, it's another language. You know, it's another skill set altogether. He basically broke into song for me, and not just any song. He sings opera. So yeah, I was serenaded as I had a lovely meal. To cry?
It wasn't that bad. No. I have that effect on people, you know, they cry when I sing.
Opposite reasons. Ivan is a force of nature. He's so vivacious and just so fun and theatrical. He really lives and breathes his practice. Wild Rice is really one of the best Singapore theatre companies. I think they're world class. I think I've loved every one of their productions. You know, they're always thought-provoking. Visually, their sets always very well designed, very modern and contemporary. Talking about serious issues, but at the same time still entertaining. So yeah, I have a lot of respect for the work that he does.
You know, it all starts from zero. It all starts from just an idea on a piece of paper. I love that endeavor of, you know, creating something out of nothing.
Nothing.
Was it Albert Einstein who said that your imagination is your preview of life's coming attractions?
So I mean, I look around, you know, like theatre is so much a part of you, it is you.
Yes.
But if I asked you what was lifestyle to you?
Lifestyle is a world view. I think it's how one interacts with the world. For us as artists, our life is our work, or our work is our lifestyle. We're never not working. We're always dreaming up the next thing. But yeah, I think mindfulness, being alive, being real is very important. And being aware when you eat. You want to be mindful of what you're eating, and rather than being on your phone, you need to taste it.
Just being present.
Being present, I think, yeah. Because I think we live very discombobulated lives. And I think theatre happens when a group of people, which are the artists, come together with the audience, and together, in that moment, in the present, you enrich the experience of being human.
It's a beautiful way of putting it, yes.
Yeah, I love it. I love my job. And I think we're in the business of making memories.
So Wild Rice has been based in Little India for like 15 years.
Yes.
What is it that you love about the place? You've never moved.
I know. Well, I think for one, it has a great sense of history and culture. It's very authentic.
Yes.
And there's a great sense of community here. I think that still exists. It's been here since the 1900s. It's like the center of commerce. Indians from all of India came here, and they came here as goldsmiths. They came here to sell spices. They came here for textiles. It's very much a hub.
And it still is, right? It really still has that energy.
Absolutely.
Alicia is someone that I've seen kind of, like go through the years. She started out as a singer, and then, now, she's a successful entrepreneur running her own chain of yoga studios, all with a really like kind of cool and lifestyle kind of imagery, making yoga more accessible. She's really, taken her passions and made that her career as well as her life. Obviously, I knew you as a performer, and then now you're like this yogi running this business. How does it inform each other?
I wouldn't say they're directly connected in any way, but the way they kind of crossed over was during the time when I was in Taiwan. When I was there pursuing the entertainment career. I had a couple of friends who were yoga teachers back then, and they kind of encouraged me to try a few classes. It took me a while to really get the hang of it and enjoy it, because I see myself as more of an adrenaline junkie, and I like, contact sports and a little bit more high intensity stuff. So the yoga,
a bit more hardcore, like.
Yeah, that's all about hardcore. But so the yoga took a little bit of time to kind of resonate with me. But when it did, it resonated really well, and I started to see a lot of benefits, both physically and mentally.
Like, what is lifestyle to you, if I asked you that question?
To me, I think lifestyle is a lot about finding that balance of what you love to do and what you need to do.
Pay the bills.
Paying the bills and working and making money for ourselves. But life is not all about that. You also need to kind of take the time to step back and say, I need to do something that I actually love so that I don't go crazy. It's all about balance. So that to me is an important aspect of lifestyle.
I'm feeling something, and that something is you. I know that there is something, and that something is you.
Vanessa's amazing. She's really made music the focus of her life, and her day job is a corporate job running the Lush 99.5 station, which she does an amazing job. She's given so much visibility and airtime to budding talent, and a real advocate for them. And at the same time, she's a brilliant artist. You know, she's still got so much energy and creativity, and she's still putting out music. You know, a lot of musicians who've been around for a while, to a point, you know, when the daily grind gets too much, you know, the creativity kind of dips as well. But with her, I mean, she just keeps at it, and she just keeps getting better. So yeah, that's something that I really respect and admire about her. So what is lifestyle to you?
Music is a huge part of my life. Being somebody who kind of just grew up in a very musical family and pursuing it as a career, it all comes down to what I feel is like your purpose in life. And I feel like I've been lucky to kind of really solidify that purpose in the last couple of years. And I think what's really important to me is kind of contributing towards that development of our music community.
So I know you're super busy doing the corporate thing. You know, I mean, I just wonder how much has that impacted you as an artist? Has it affected the way you make music, you know, the music that you make?
Funnily enough, when I was coming up with the idea for my next EP, which is called You Can Do It, Baby, tentatively, which is kind of about like a message to myself to keep going, because I think that's the thing about making music in Singapore sometimes, or just in general, being an artist can be a struggle, and you have to find ways to motivate yourself. And so the thing that kind of motivates me, or the inspiration that I find, is from people who've been doing it for a long time who haven't given up, or the new upcoming talent. So being part of Lush, definitely I've seen both of those things, and that's influenced the kind of music that I then want to put out. Because ultimately, when you're making music, it's all about whatever you're experiencing at any given point in time, you know? In fact, I would say that lifestyle is probably just like figuring out to have the best possible experiences in your life, right? So to me, like, that's how I suppose my work life has influenced my artistic life. Yeah.
So I've had an interesting week. I've been speaking to some individuals who I feel have carved their own path and are living a life inspired. It's been really fun to go out there and speak to these people who I respect and who found their own path, and it's just, you know, it's just really authentic. So, and that's really what lifestyle is about, like living a life that's authentic to you. I think the lifestyle scene, I think as with any city that's growing and developing, it will just get more sophisticated. What I love is I love subcultures and I love the niche, you know, niche things that can happen. And I think as people, as their tastes, you know, like you want to go deeper into things, right? That's kind of like how lifestyle works. You know, in the beginning it's kind of like a bit, might be a bit superficial. You just want to like, you know, what's that about? Kind of have a taste. But then when you find something that clicks, then you just, you know, you delve deeper and you want to know more. You know, whether it's music or whether it's art or whether it's theatre. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping for Singapore, to just kind of keep going deeper.